we got some games to get to. We're starting off with Mysterium, a 1991 game from Maxis.
Proxy cart. Do you have any games on your Nintendo proxy cart?
Oh, Benz and Amy, hi. And hi, Eden, how's it going?
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
Do I now, Comey? Shadowgate always owns. Okay, so here's the behind the scenes information for today. I am playing a ROM of Mysterium, but I am playing a cart of Shadowgate Classic for the Game Boy Color that I found at a Canadian flea market for $5. It's been a bit. Hope you've been well. I am Morda, caretaker of the Mysterium. You must be a highly skilled alchemist indeed if Hermitrix sent you to take on this very difficult task. We have provided pools of fire, water, acid, and mercury so that you may transmute what you find and thus create what you will need to solve the mystery of the Mysterium. Release us from the grip of the beast. It's been a bit, yeah. Hope you've been well. If you're lucky, it will be a cursed cart. Damn, true. I was told the Cat Cafe had good curling. Yeah. So, before we even get started here, a little context. I am someone who loves manuals. Chat, manuals are fun. Like, exploring game manuals is fun. So I have a scan of the Mysterium manual here, and I will be referring to it. Like, we're gonna keep music. Your lifelong fascination with alchemy is about to be tested. Oh, that's some flickering. You have come to the famous alchemist Hermitrix. TM. And been accepted. It's pretty loud. Correct. Yes, it is. There we go. Especially because it does duck when I talk. Sick. Thank y'all for letting me know. Howdy meowdy. But yes, we're reading the story right now. I could improve this transform a little bit. We got literature. Read a fucking book, chat. Just adjusting. The task of an alchemist is to magically convert metals and minerals to gold and other useful items. After a short introduction to alchemy, Hermitrix has sent you, hold on. I am going to actually load this cart back to the title screen so we can just deal with the music. Hermitrix has sent you to the Mysterium TM to prove yourself. Here you must find your way through the twisting halls created by the Aramasp TM, a race of giant ants who live in the Mysterium. You must use pools of transformation with your knowledge of alchemy to create any item you will need. To pass the test, you must learn the nature of each metal and mineral, and the transforming powers of each process. Fire, water, acid, and mercury. When you have mastered alchemy, you may succeed in the final test. You must rescue the giant ant civilization and Cadmia, TM, the alchemist who tried before you. Fucking ants, get out of my apartment! Let me just take a look at... my favorite parts of this game are always like, oh yes, we gotta tell you how to put in a game into your... Well, how to put a game into your Game Boy. Put it into your Game Boy. That's the first step in playing a video game. Let's walk through the first hall together. Sick. I will do that, actually. Here. Alright, we're gonna go through this. At the beginning of the game, you are standing in a hall. In the distance, you can see a few items on the floor. Walk up to the first item by pressing up on the control pad. You are now standing on a pool of fire. Press the select button and your inventory will appear. Alright, we take this torch. A rock of iron, this dark metal of warriors contains the power of swords, the gift of vision, protection from evil. Its dark side is filled with venom. Melt the iron in fire or acid, bathe it in water or mercury, and it will reveal its rewards. And we have a scroll. Heat the iron in fire, and it will melt into a glass key. Alright, next, using the control pad, turn around, look down the hall. You'll see one last item at the far side of the hall. A lizard statuette with jeweled eyes. Sick, a lizard! Your vision sharpens. See, the lizard will allow you to see which key is needed for any door in level 1. So let me just, drop this into a pool of fire to obtain a glass key. A door of glass. Alright, cool. White rose of health. Transmute condition unstable. Base material tin. Cool. Thanks. Gonna work on dinner. No worries. Thanks for dropping by, love. Alright, a rusty red key. Alright, let's see how this goes. Iron. And a black key. Transmute. Crumbling black key. Transmute condition unstable. Okay. Combat is not great. A door of red. Okay. Mariano Anosep. Yeah, this is intriguing. Holy moly, that combat's a little scuffed. A little. This game makes me want to mod its graphics. Yeah. Okay, so a little bit of information about this game while we continue is, like, I couldn't find much about the development of this game. It was released in July 1991, developed by Maxis, and in an interesting note, the Japanese version of this game has a save system. The American version of the game does not. So, we have to do this all in one go if we want to do it at all. A dull gray key. Cool. A door of black. Let me grab this iron. I will hydrate. Thank you, JM. And enjoy your drive. What a video game. Okay. Pool of acid. Melt the iron in fire or acid. I will grab this white rose. Blue key, a door of gray. I will use the gray key here. Why is what gotta be white? The game? Oh, that wasn't a key, that was a rose. The key was gray. Pool of mercury. Bathe in water and mercury and it will reveal its rewards. Door of stone. Door of blue. Alright, so we clearly have to use the blue key here. A pulsating blue crystal of unknown origin. The crystal glows with the message, "Iron is the darkness." What does that fucking mean? A ray sword? Oh, I've got a new weapon. That's what's going on. For a very long time, we, our maps have been seeking to draw gold from the earth so that we may bring it to the surface and enrich the lives of all. We recently dug up an ancient temple, but it is guarded by a pesky dragon. Now we are sad because we cannot tunnel any farther. We cannot keep building our caverns because of the dragon that blocks our way. He won't let us in the temple or dig around it. You may see a vision in my crystal sphere of the dragon creature. Beware of this beast. Oh, this dragon's cute though! Look at him! Look at him! Pesky my ass, yeah! Have we tried asking the dragon nicely? You know, I don't think they have. This ancient source is cold and brittle. Cleanse this blackened metal with the elements, and it may yield the key to greater rewards. Treat it the wrong way, and you will meet the lion who devours the sun. What does it fucking mean? You'll be fine if you're a daughter. I mean, I am a daughter, that's true. So stone and silver over here. An ogre. Later, Shrek. Door of stone, door of gray, door of blue. Alright, we got ourselves a white rose here. Alright, there we go. Alright, that's a door of blue. Stone. Alright, we use the silver key here, of course. Hello, Allison. Welcome. Cat attack. Hello, Himble. What's up? What's up? Cleanse tin in mercury, then boil in acid to create the silver strength. Cool snake. Alright, cleanse tin in mercury, then boil in acid to create the silver strength. Okay. I'm not sure what that means, but I'll try it. Door of stone. A door of gray. A picture of Dorian Gray. Alright, I now have 3 things of tin. Ooh, a glass key. Pool of water. Your torch is low. Not anymore, it's not. How much fucking tin do I need? Let me experiment. That turns it into a blue key. Interesting. Let's see. Tin is the light. My crystal in Christ, what does that mean? Pool of acid. You have died. The mercy of Hermitrix will allow you to live again and carry on with your quest. So what is this about? It is about alchemy, yes. Cleanse the tin in mercury, then boil in acid to create the silver string. Hello, Lord Tyrion. And yeah, it kinda is about being lost in a maze, you know? Full of mercury. We'll drop the tin in there. We're in a maze, we need Mothman. Exactly. Let's see what this does. Shiny arrows. Oh my god! Oh, that just annihilated that shit. Okay. I have cared for these caverns since the Aramas first started creating them. In that time, I have seen apprentices like you come and go. Cadmia, the last adventurer to explore this place, was making great progress, but then suddenly disappeared. Cadmia left this scroll, but I cannot read it. Perhaps it will be helpful to you. Drop any stable weapon into water to dissolve its destructive power into a healing force. We're gonna use that lizard. Copper! The red beauty, now stained in black tarnish. This metal can shine like gold, but it is changeable and difficult to purify. Okay. Alright, a blue key. Alright, that's a door of red. Do I have another torch? I do. I'm actually kind of surprised at how fully formed this is, even if it all looks the same. Give me that copper. Alright, a door of blue, which means I should use this key. Whoa! Hi, Taryn! I am playing Mysterium! It is currently listed in the title and in on the stream. Ow. I know delayed ow there, but thank you for shooting. How you doing? This is a real Game Boy game? Yes! This was developed for the original Game Boy in 1990 and was released in 1991 by Maxis. I wonder what happens if I drop this staff into acid. Dust of iron. Nightshade herb. Transmute condition unstable. Base material copper. No, you're not allowed. It's pretty neat. We have a door of glass here. Pool of acid. And now that I have 2 things of copper, I'm gonna test out the copper in here. It becomes a red key. What happens if I drop the iron dust into this pool of mercury? It became a rock of iron. Interesting. I am disintegrated. So did I, bitch. Nothing special. Oh, he's disintegrating. Alright, we use our red key here, back at the start. It was an Asmik game, and Asmik was notorious for low print runs and non-existent marketing materials. And the answer to that is yes, absolutely, but also there is a print ad for Mysterium. Let me actually pull it up real quick. Hello, Colton. Rachel! Hey! How's it going, dear? Yeah, there is this print ad right here for Mysterium. Waiting on a few friends. Hell yes! I hope you have fun today. It's a very low quality upload, but let me read this real quick. Oh yeah, tired of the same old games? Asmik is leading the way in role-playing action games. Innovative 3D view. Create 150 different items through alchemy. 10 incredible levels. Role-playing action. A new category brought to you exclusively by the video game leader Asmik. Mysterium is based on the medieval art of alchemy, complete with a pronunciation guide for alchemy. The magical power of converting metals into gold. Ages have passed and alchemy is forgotten. I'm trying to zoom in to read this now. Now you have learned the basics of the lost art from Hermitrix TM, the master alchemist. A fire-breathing dragon located at the bottom of a 10-level dungeon is tormenting a race of giant ants called Aramasps. Your task, young alchemist, is to test your new skills as you travel through this enemy-loaded maze. Using alchemy, you'll transform items you find into items you need to conquer the Mysterium and save the giant ant civilization. Mysterium, a test of endurance, mind, and courage. So when do we make alchemical power plants with the RBMK3 reactor? Yes. I don't know. Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what that means. You're going to have to do this. High definition dragon on the cover guarantees it has nothing to do with the there. It's a reactor used at Chernobyl. I don't know fucking social studies. I knew what that was at one point in time. Yeah, the developer of this game is Maxis, which, you know, if you know Maxis, then you know, but if you don't know Maxis, oh my god, you absolutely know who Maxis is. What am I fucking talking about? The Will Wright, Jeff Braun studio, known for, you know, SimCity, The Sims, Spore. And a whole lot of weird experimental shit. Yeah, this was made literally 2 years after the original SimCity, and there's only 5 people in the credits on this game. 5. Also, high definition dragon on the cover guarantees it has nothing to do with the game. The dragon is literally at the bottom of the dungeon. And we have seen a vision of the dragon in a crystal. Alright, a glass key, gimme. The same year they released Sim Ant. They were really on an ant kick, huh? Ooh, that creates a stone key. Don't you dare! It was rude! I was doing something! Drop any unstable staff in a pool of fire to cast light into the darkness. Copper is the warmth. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. What happens if I drop copper into the fire? Hermitrix is impressed with your progress. Perhaps you can help us after all. You need only to try and understand the interaction between the metals and the pools we have provided for you. We do not know how to transmute the metals as you do, but Cadmia told us of a monstrous power which results from dropping any stable key into fire. Yeah, ants are very much on display here. Also, because she's here, go follow my partner. Antarctica. Sure. Bleh. Bleh. Oh, this is sulfur, a pale crystal which turns to black when burned. Cleanse it for health. Corrode it for power. Its untamed nature may serve you or turn on you unexpectedly. I'm already following the Super Mario 3D World player. I mean, she plays more than that. The mercy of Hermitrix will allow you to live again and carry on your quest. Alright, I have 1 life left. Proxy, there's a purple key here and a wah. I know. Pretty cool. I looked away. What happened? I died. Oh, this combat's jank. I wonder what happens if I use this. You're healed. Sick. Ooh, a pool of mercury. I wonder what happens if I try to use the copper dust in this. Oh, it turns into a rock of copper. That's cool. Oh, that created a monster! Orb. A refreshing drink of mercury. We love to find a pool of mercury sitting on the ground. It's everybody's favorite. I think this might be a better use of my weapon slot. Oh fuck, we got an ad break. Look like somebody's forgotten an ad break, and that's me. I'll be right back, chat. You scared, Jordan? Why? What's so scary about me? What's so scary about me? Earn calls and they said, proxy jump scare? You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Alright, heat the sulfur in fire and cool it in mercury to conjure the healing herb of molybdea. No. You gotta do the right emote to get me scary. You gotta do the right emote. Oh wait, no, that emote's only at tier 2. Trickster, weapon ready, shiny arrows, weapon rating, shielding, health, torch. Oh my god, and we even have a map, thank you. No worries, take care. Yes, Eric, can I help you? Item disintegrated, excellent. So we're gonna drop this scroll. Actually, chat. We're gonna halt here for a second because I am gonna grab something real quick. So don't go anywhere. Not me forgetting the mute. Also forgot about the torch mechanic existing in this game. Oops. I'll be back in a second. Whoops. There we go. I'm back. Apologies. The shadow came back before I did. That is not how I ordered that. Right, there's more sulfur. Heat the sulfur in fire, cool down in mercury. What happens if I drop one of these pieces of sulfur into acid? What? Huh? Oh, it's just an orb. Well, Maverinthia, thank you for your raid. How are you doing? How was Fatal Frame 4 treating you? Those of you who don't know me, I'm Proxy Glitch Cat, an old hardware streamer. Welcome to the Cat Cafe, where I bring you the most interesting games straight from the source. Today... Oh. That wasn't what I wanted to do. I'm playing adventure games on the Game Boy. You asked me what I wanted? Yes, what do you want? I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, one with cheese, and a large soda. Yeah, it'll come out to $9,000 immediately before I even start making the food. Payments up front. Yeah, this is going well. It's interesting. Oh fuck, I'm taking damage. Hold on. Payment up front, party in the... Shaming, 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 shaming. Acid is over there. Listen, I'm all for a party bottom every now and then, but like, come on now. Isn't that what all fast food employees do? It's true, but also, what makes you think I'm a fast food employee? That was a few streams ago. I've moved on with my life. I no longer work at McDonald's Japan and the Hilton Garden Inn. Yeah, Canada's job market goes a little nutty. Wait until you see our workplace safety videos. Oh god. I remember some of those from when I worked at Starbucks Canada. No, I didn't mean to drop that! Was it filmed like a horror movie? The Starbucks ones? No. Unfortunately. Alright, I'm gonna use that blue key. A pulsating yellow crystal of unknown origin. Sulfur is the strength. Item is not usable now. We apologize for the monsters in the holes. Long ago, when we brought the metals we had found up to the sunlight, the soul of the metal was awakened and the monsters were born. Take this scroll. It may help you defend against them. No worries, no worries. Thank you so much for dropping by, hun. Have a good night. Have fun. Chad, I'm gay. Chad, I'm really gay. I say while IRL I am wearing my girl kissing hoodie, like, well, my girl kisser club hoodie that my boyfriend got me. Drop any stable key into acid to defend against the vicious creatures of metal. No worries, take care! Motherfucker! Oh, I'm almost out of light. Salt! A rock of salt! It is born invisible in water, then emerges as grains on the earth. Salt is the core of life. This rock will react harshly with fire or melt in water to a softer form. Oh, I haven't seen a lizard yet. So I'm not gonna know what the doors do until I find a lizard. A chipped glass key. What are you trying to do? I want a coffee. Oh, yeah, take it up with Mothman. Mothman takes all the orders here. They're the barista currently on duty. I know that's not typically within Mothman's purview, but you know, he's emotional support. Wrong key for door. Cool. Can I have a micro... Ah, shit, that created a monster! Even Hemitrix, can I help you now? To live again, boil 7 metals for 9 days in an egg-shaped vessel, or press start. So now I need to start over. I ran out of lives. I made it about halfway through Mysterium without even needing a guide. If you want your ice mocha in the microwave, you can do that yourself. Gonna use this lizard. Grab myself that torch. Drop this iron, turn it into a glass key. Nothing will top that, I will say. Alright, healing item time. Essence of Reincarnation? There's water here. Wonder what happens if I drop the iron in water. Cheladonia herb. I wish I could communicate by just arranging my plate, if only. So let's see, let's use this Cheladonia. That brightens my torch, okay. Drop the iron in here to create a class key. Use the black key here. Oh, a gray key. Looking at my stats, okay, my torches are pretty decent right now. I'll grab that white rose and then immediately use it. Blue key. Gray door. Another torch. Mercury here. What happens if I drop this into Mercury? Oh, it disintegrates. Cool. Not quite what I wanted. What happens if I drop the vitriol in here? Oh. Okay. What happens if I drop the iron in here is the question. Well, we get a fucking sword. If I drop this in here, dust of iron. And if I drop it again, it'll get me more iron. I got distracted, sorry. Okay, I went the wrong way there. I could have just checked the map. Because this is one of those rare games of this era that actually has a fucking map. Iron is the darkness. Level 2! Dragon time! I'll take this tin, use this lizard, door of silver. Wow, silver key. Alright, ogre. Chad, I kinda like this! Not gonna lie! Alright, die. Oh, I just got my shit wrecked. Guess it's time to use another white rose. At least it frees up an extra inventory slot, but I believe these enemies respawn. And I still have 2 torches left. Alright, let's go. Boom, 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 boom. Die, 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 die. There we go. Cleanse the tin and mercury, then boil an acid to create the silver string. We also got ourselves a gray key here. And I've got iron, which means that what I can do here is drop the iron in to create a glass key. On that glass door that we saw earlier. We got gray. Another torch. And more tin. Oh, and a glass key. That's why I dropped the tin in water. Flask of honey? Okay, sick. I dropped the glass key in the water. Dust of a glass key. I see. Wowza! You can really craft 150 items in this game. I have an extra glass key now. Gotta craft them all. If I remember correctly, you need to drop both tins in here, and then drop one into a vat of because let's see. Look at that scroll again. Yeah, then boil an acid. And I think the acid is behind the blue door. And then I'll get the item that was like actually doing me decently for combat. Oh shit, Envy! Yo! Hello, critters! Those of you who don't know me, I'm Proxy Glitchcat, handheld hardware streamer. Welcome to the Cat Cafe, where I bring you the most interesting games straight from the source. Today, we are playing adventure games on the Game Boy. And I am playing Mysterium right now, a 1991 game developed by Maxis. You know, the Sim City folks. What were y'all up to? Brush Burial Gutter World. How was that? How was your stream? And those of you who don't know and don't see, I'm also a member of Critter Time, the wonderful team that and Beyond co-founded. So that's, you know what, I fucking love this. I love being a part of this team. But if you gotta rest and relax after stream, I totally understand. But feel free to kick back, relax, and enjoy your stay at the Cat Cafe. It's an immersive sim thief-like and Hitman-like game where you murder people with tails. Sign me up, hello? I love murder. And it teleports? The only team with murder or something. Exactly. Eden's also a member of Critter Time, by the way. And Eden also kicks ass. Breeze! Have a great rest of your night. And hopefully work doesn't go shittily for you tomorrow. Alright, so I gotta drop this blue key in acid real quick. Yeah, everyone on this team kicks so much ass. No! I didn't want to do that! Alright, I gotta go back to the Mercury now. Dip this in Mercury. Then dip this key in, so that way it becomes arrows. And let me just double check, is there water on this level? There is. Perfect. I just gotta get back to the water. And then drop my sword in the water. So that way it gives me a healing item when I do that. That's not a healing item. Look, I'm trying to play along with how this game operates. And it's moon logic. Drop any stable weapon into water to dissolve its destructive power into a healing force. Alright, and we have a lizard now. The lizard allows you to see which which doors actually are helpful. Oh, I am one hit away from death now. That's wonderful. Thank you. We're at level 3. That is a red door. Wait, is that a door of gold? Fuck you. Faithfully! Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Cat Cafe. Hope you enjoy your stay. Welcome on in. No, 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 no! But hello, welcome. Meowdy. We're not gonna play this one for much longer. I wanted to at least get 2 hours out of it. And I do want to do a full playthrough of it at some point. I probably will stream that full playthrough because this is really interesting. And I'm starting to really pick up what this game is putting down and meet it on its level. Which is absolute fucking dog shit nonsense. But like, I mean that in the most, you know, affirming way possible. But also, we do have Shadowgate to get to. Your torch is low. Don't worry, I'll use my fucking torch. How about that? Alright, we have a pool of water here. I'll drop this wand in the pool of water. Comes the dust, it becomes copper dust, which means I can transmute that into copper. I'm excited. I've never played GBC Shadowgate. I just picked it up because it was a good deal at a flea market. Alright, that becomes a red key. Excellent. Now, here's the thing. I have another piece of copper here. It's Shadowgate, which is pretty impressive. Yeah. Now, what happens if I use this red... If I drop this red key here? Oh, it becomes a wand. Okay. Hey, I have an extra glass key. It is pretty impressive. I haven't played Shadowgate in a long time myself. Alright, we got Nightshade, which is a healing item in this. Same thing in my real life, really. Like, hand me a Nightshade and I will be like a really happy cat. Alright. Ooh, glass key. Alright, who the fuck is attacking me? Hell yeah! Now what if I use this nightshade? Let me look at that tin real quick. Small arrows. All right. Copper is the warmth. Alright, and we got ourselves a lizard now! And sulfur! Magic arrows turn everything into missing. No, that is actually quite correct. I will use this. Drop this scroll. Door of stone. I forgot how I made the stone key that one time I did, but you know, what's the worst thing I could do? Okay, it's sulfur that turns it into stone key. Well, sulfur and fire. Hey, fuck you. You stop that. All those people who've been shooting the pointy end of the arrow into their target are looking like real idiots now. Sulfur? I don't even know her. This half-strength cocktail wasn't enough. Kidding. It's a work night. So, Mysterium. I've made it about halfway through the game on my first try. And you know what? Fun game. A little unvaried in the environments and the music, but like I could imagine a full playthrough of this taking maybe like 2 hours. So who's to say? Who's to say?